Hello YouTube, and welcome to Zen and the Art of Mini Painting blog. It's a YouTube channel. My name is David, and this is the sort of unboxing, I guess, or the run through of what you get in Forgeworld's Mark V Heresy pattern armor set. I decided to do a video instead of just a regular blog post for this because I just think it's more tactile. You hopefully get more out of it than just a simple blog post with pictures and words. And also, to be honest with you, I had a look around and I couldn't find a video covering this particular mark of armor on YouTube, so I figured I'll try my hand at making a video. So this is kind of a nod to the people I admire very much on YouTube, who are part of our community, Templars Crusade, and Brian and Alexandra of Guild Painting, who I really enjoy watching. So this is kind of a shout out to them. So if you've been following the blog, and if you don't, the link is in the show notes. You'll know that I'm doing a 30k project as part of the Dark Pact group. Each of us in the group is doing a legion, and mine are the Ultramarines. Now we have to do 5 infantry models per month, or basically a force organisation slot per month, or a minimum of 5 infantry. So I finished my first 5. They were Legion Mark IV Maximus armour, and I thought for my next set I would get 5 Heresy Mark V Heresy armor guys. Now, just a quick note on nomenclature from Forgeworld. If a Mark armor has Legion before it, it means that they've taken, let's say, the Mark II armor, and then they've added a few elements which are more Heresy era-esque. So in other words, the studs are the main defining feature there. Obviously, Mark V is Heresy armor, so you can't really bring out a Heresy period Heresy armor because it is what it is. So this is possibly the most boring, if you will, of all the armor sets that you can buy, because it lacks variety in that respect. But let's ignore that for a moment. I was a bit disappointed when I first got it, but I think I've got over it now. And let's have a look what you get. So, beginning at the bottom with the legs, which I'll bring a little bit closer, you get 3 legs like this. These are the more static firing position legs. Now, 3 identical, they're all the same. What I like about these legs is the studs are really cool. That's really the Heresy aesthetic there, and I really like this cabling that runs from the knee pad up to the top of the thigh. Now, I think it kind of gives it a nice rough and ready look. Very much the fact that these pieces of armor are being turned out during the Heresy. They can't have the luxury of the fine tooling that you have with Mark IV, say, which to my mind is the pinnacle of power armor. It's elegant, it's got clean lines, and this is kind of like one step back from that. So you get the cabling visible. You'd imagine that normally that would be hidden by cowling or something, and in this case it's not. So 3 legs standing. Next up you get 2 legs either walking or running, depending on how you pose the figure. This has got a lot of flash on it, as you can see, so I have to be really careful when I trim that off. Now if you look there, you'll see it runs across some actual studs. I have to be really, really careful with that. Otherwise you either end up with mold lines or you end up with studs being cut off, so careful hand is always key. The other thing as well that I'd say is Forgeworld has a sort of knack for being a bit kind of flashy, so with bits of flash on, so you have to kind of be really careful there, because these are very expensive figures, so take your time. Otherwise you'll ruin your figures one way or the other, either with mold lines or by cutting stuff off. Right, torsos. 5 torsos, again, they're identical. Initially I was a bit disappointed. 5 identical torsos when I've been spoiled with Mark IV. However, I really like the little details. So for instance, I like that cabling there. The belt buckle's quite nice, but that little cabling there is really what wins it for me. However, torsos are usually obscured by bolters, so you're not going to see them anyway. So, I mean, you can't really be that fussy, can we? The arms, which I won't pick up because they're not really necessary. They're all the same. What I want to show you again is just the cabling from the shoulder to the elbow joint. That's really nice. Again, there's no variety. The Mark IV had slight variety between them. Sort of one had like skull on, and another one had a different kind of sort of bracer, which was nice. But at the end of the day, I think we've been spoiled by Forgeworld, and we just kind of sometimes have to take it for what it is. The helmets are really cool. I like these. You might recognise them probably. I think Chaos Space Marines probably have a helmet similar to this because of the Heresy thing. But these nice sort of mandible shaped respirators are really nice, and they point towards the future development of power armor. What I do like about this, the studded nature of the Heresy armor, which you can see here in the shoulder pads. A few of them have fallen off. It's the same with the helmets. I do have them, they've just fallen off the sprue. The nice thing about the studs is that you can either paint them metals, so they're metal bolts basically, or alternatively you can paint them in the same colours as the armour. And what that allows you to do, especially with large flat surfaces in, say, blue like my ultramarines, just break it up with a bit of a highlight so that there's slightly more going on than just a flat blue surface. Do them in metals, you can do them in the same colour as well. It's really, really nice. So it's something to play with, I think. It makes the Space Marine slightly more interesting. And then these are the power plant packs. Now, I really like these. I think they're amazing. What I like about them is they've got that chevron design, much like the really old 2nd edition Space Marines. You might remember those ones, the really static ones. You had to slot the bolts onto the front of the torso. And then these really cool exhausts, which are really, really, really archaic looking. Again, they're a step back from the ones you get with the Mark IV, which are slightly more modern looking, you know, which is nice. But again, if you're trying to sort of show the regression of the Heresy, it really, really fits well. Initially, I was disappointed with the lack of variety amongst these pieces for this kit. Right, you're paying £23 for this, I think, roughly, and you know it'd be nice to have more variety. It doesn't come with bolters, remember that. You have to buy those separately, so it's another cost added. However, these are for line Marines, so I can't really complain all that much. And also, I think what's really nice about the whole Forgeworld thing is that they kit bash quite well. So at the end of the day, what I will probably end up doing is getting some, I don't know, Mark 3s or some more Mark 4s and just mix it up with what I've got here to make slightly more Heresy era-esque figures. So yeah, that's basically it from me. I hope you found this video helpful. If you do, please comment, please tell me what you liked and what you don't like about it. I'm trying to go for a bare bones thing. I don't want music and stuff in the background distracting from it. If you find I'm talking too much or too fast, do let me know. Please leave comments if you know, especially constructive ones. And please check out the blog. You can find the link in the show notes. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. And this is David saying goodbye for now.